Hi, and welcome to this end-to-end beginners course on data science. This is part one of the entire course series. We'll cover machine learning and data analytics in this part. Just to give you a brief introduction, Data Wisdom X is an open and free to join data science learning and knowledge sharing platform. My name is Nitin Singhal, and I'm the founder of this platform, and I will be teaching this course. What it does as a platform is it provides training courses for learners and connects businesses to experts to solve their data science problems. The objective of this course is to teach students how to do an end-to-end data science project. So it's a slightly different approach compared to other online courses. What we feel is that right from the start, you should approach the entire course in such a way that you, at the end of it, you should be able to implement a complete project for a company or for your own personal research. We don't want to go about the course just in terms of the different algorithms. So the way the approach works is you learn everything from problem definition to data sourcing to wrangling it, then modeling it using different models. How do you select those different models? And once those models are built, how do you analyze the results? How do you visualize it? And finally, deploying and maintaining these models either on your local machine or in some cloud platform. So you want that complete end-to-end ability as a data scientist. This course is for anyone who's interested in learning data science. Could be an analyst, a programmer, non-technical professional, student, or anyone who has some basics in math, statistics, some programming, and the rest we'll teach in this course. And if you don't know any of these things, the course does cover the basics. So if you follow all the lectures in this part one of the course, our view is you should be able to implement an end-to-end data science project and be able to explain the results to yourself or your customers. So why did we take this approach? Well, we saw some of the other data science courses, books, and we found that there was a lack of an end-to-end approach. And that's what we're trying to address as part of the course. So quite often in the other courses, what you will learn is the different algorithms, all the techniques, how they work. You'll get examples, but you don't get a holistic view. How to build that model? Why did you select that model, and how do you implement it? So things around the entire data science process, including deployment, are generally missing in a lot of the courses. So we want to alleviate that problem. The other thing is quite often uh, either the courses have too much mathematical details or very limited. So there's not a balanced approach around explaining the models, all the maths and the logic involved in it. So it's easy for people from all levels to understand it and at the same time build good models which are used in real world applications. We have divided the end-to-end data science course series into four parts. So in part one, which is being discussed in this lecture series, it's a beginner's course which covers the basic machine learning and data analytics concepts. Part 2 will cover more intermediate and advanced machine learning techniques like deep learning and NLP, which is natural language processing. Part 3 will cover more advanced machine learning techniques like reinforcement learning and computer vision. And finally, part 4 will cover data engineering, which involves databases and big data tools like Hadoop and Spark. But the way these courses are structured, depending on the students' levels, their backgrounds, their abilities, they can choose whichever course suits them. So if you know nothing about machine learning and data analytics, we'd suggest starting with part one. If you know all the basics, then you can skip to part two or part three, depending on what you want to learn. And if you want to just learn data engineering, you can pick up that course. So the idea is to provide all the basics and then the advanced techniques to make you a well-versed and multi-skilled data scientist. Now, throughout all the courses, we'll cover detailed lectures covering the maths and logic of all the different algorithms, give you Python code examples, teach you all the basics about data manipulation and wrangling using pandas, and access to and link to other online resources which support the learning process. So online guides, videos, and other articles. Some more details are already available on our website, Data Wisdom X. We've published a lot of resources around free courses, books, blogs. You can straight away pick up and start learning the basics from. Uh, there are also other paid courses, and of course, our course is a paid course. Uh, all the course material, including the Python code and data, is given at the GitHub repository for Data Wisdom X under the Data Science Course folder. You'll see links to that in all the lectures. We'll point you to the right folder, the right code, the right data. So all of that will be covered in the different lectures. Okay, so now let's look at the contents of this part one of the course. So a few things in terms of the basics is we want to show you why, what, and how to learn data science. You want to know what data science is and how to learn it, and most importantly, why you should learn it. So we'll give some ideas around that. There will be some guidelines and expectations from the students. Then we'll cover the basics in programming and data analytics using Python and Pandas. These are the two most popular libraries. You can use other programming languages like R or other analytics libraries. But generally, these are the most popular and widely used. Then we'll cover all the basic mathematics in terms of statistics, probability. These are very important. You can't skip this. If you don't know, we suggest you follow this and, of course, cover some high school mathematics basics too, because all the algorithms use some amount of statistics and probability and more advanced techniques too, but they're not necessary right now. Then comes the part which we feel is not covered or is missing from a lot of the courses. It's around data sampling, the entire data science process. How do you define the problem? What are the steps you have to perform to select the correct model? What are the data wrangling activities you need to perform? How do you build the model and visualize and deploy it? So we want to cover the entire process. How do you do the data wrangling? There are various techniques you need to follow. So we'll teach you that. Then comes the algorithm part. So depending on the type of problem you're trying to solve and the available sample data, you'll have to select the correct algorithm to solve your problem. So it could be supervised or unsupervised. And within that, then you have to decide whether it's a continuous prediction value, you'll use regression. If it's for distinct categories or classes, you'll use classification. And if you don't know anything about the data's output categories or prediction values, you'll use techniques like clustering because you want to make sense of the data using all of the input sample data. Then you will learn about model persistence and deployment. First on the local machine, then on the cloud. We've used AWS Cloud because it's the most popular and most flexible and widely used platform. So we'll show you different techniques there. And then we'll also show you how to build and deploy models on AWS SageMaker, which is their cloud machine learning platform. So they are becoming quite popular. There are others too, but again, we'll stick to AWS. So these three chapters here, 11, 12, and 13, is something which we feel is covered very well in our course and gives you the ability to deploy the models yourself. So quite often you would have to do it on your own. You will not get some machine learning engineer or a database or a other programmer to deploy the models for you. Again, depending on your personal situation or the size of the company. So it's a critical skill set and being required more and more from data scientists. And finally, we will do an end-to-end project to firm up all the learnings from all these lectures by building a robo-advisor. So this will show you how we can build a real-world robo-advisor, which is used for building a multi-asset portfolio for your future financial investments by following a data science process and using machine learning models. So you're trying to create an algorithmic model for investments rather than some basic human judgment calls. So this is the content of the course. So once again, welcome to the course. Thank you for selecting our course. We hope that by the end of this course, you'll become a good data scientist with the ability to build good models and deploy them. And hopefully, you will recommend our course to your friends and other people in your network. Thank you.